Welcome to Real Talk Fins Talk. I'm your host, Steve Malloy. Joining me, as always, is my co host, Rob Mosley, aka Dolphin Thirsty. Ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, your families, your neighbors. And don't forget, we may not agree on a lot of things about the Dolphins, but there's one thing we can agree on is that we are Dolphin fans.
That is
Rob,
very true.
How
and
you
we're
doing
happy
tonight,
we're in
Rob?
the playoffs. So
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight, Rob?
I can't complain. I'm sure you're happy to be back in Texas.
Yes, I am. After a 25-hour drive, I am.
That's a long time on the road.
Yes, sir, it is. So, Rob, tell me what you got going on at DolphinThirsty.com and Dolphins Daily.
Nope. On Dolphins Thirsty, as always, anything Miami Dolphins. If I find something newsworthy, I throw it up on the site. So come check it out. I always got Miami Dolphins trivia if you have some time and you want to get up on your Miami Dolphins history, current, past questions on the Dolphins. So it's cool stuff. And on Justin Digging in the Trenches, who just commented right there, him and I every day on the Dolphin Thirsty YouTube network have Dolphins Daily, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All things Dolphins all the time.
Great. Good. Thanks, Rob. Well, we're in the playoffs. Last time we were in the playoffs was 2016. Last time we won a playoff game was in 2000, correct?
Correct. December 30th, 2000.
That's right. So, yep. So it's been a long time coming. Rob, give me your take. What do you think about this past game?
We did enough to win. Skylar did enough to win. He didn't make any critical mistakes, as we were discussing. So he did enough to win the game. Now, is that going to be enough to beat the Buffalo Bills? Of course not. But it was enough to beat the Jets because their offense doesn't put up a lot of points. Buffalo's going to put up more than 6 points. So 11 points for the Dolphins not going to win the game for you this week. So we're going to have to do better there. But we did enough to win. Evan's favorite kicker of all time, Jason Sanders.
Oh, man, awesome.
He had a great epic performance. He hit all three. The last one coming right at that range where we're not comfortable at the 50-plus range. He was right at 50 yards, and boom, he kicked it. And we're in the playoffs. So it's exciting times. I know it may not have been the prettiest game. It's not going to go down in the history vault of NFL film saying, oh, here comes an epic game. But it was enough to get us into the playoffs, which, we haven't been since 2016, like you said, and we haven't won since 2000. So I say, fins up. It's great to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, great. I agree. I see you, Miss Fins. Thanks for joining. We got Justin Digging in the Trenches in the house. Evan is on. Thank you all for joining. Appreciate you. We love you. We couldn't do this show without you all. So thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, I agree, Rob. Skylar Thompson did enough to win the game for us, and he did what he said. He wasn't going to be a hero. He was just going to be himself, play within himself, and he did. And honestly, he led the team in the offense. He led that team, and he to me, he showed a lot of poise back there, a lot of confidence. The dude was taking tremendous amount of hits. I mean, he was getting hit almost every play, it seemed like. The Jets have a great defense, and he stood in that pocket, and Miss Fins is going to like this. Remember that pass to Jazeki? He was hit. He was going back, and he let that ball go, and Jazeki caught it. If he would have been able to plant his foot and wouldn't have got hit, he could have probably hit Jazeki on the run, and that could have been a TD. So he did good. He did just enough to win. He's mobile. He moves around. But I agree. We're going to have to do more if we're going to beat Buffalo. And he's a 7th round pick. And I got to admit, Tua knows how to run this offense. He He may be a one-read quarterback, but that one read is pretty quick coming out of his hand when the receivers are open. And that's something Skylar wasn't doing. And I understand he's not familiar with the offense. He's not from, as much as Tua is and playing with these guys. And it's all timing. And also Evan made a good point the other night. He was a little gun shy in throwing the ball because maybe he doesn't trust his receivers. So, but he did enough to win. And the miracle is after everything that we've gone through this year with the defensive backs being depleted, with the offensive line, makeshift offensive line, the musical chairs there, and the quarterback situation. And then Jason Sanders is not really looking good. In fact, I called for him to be, to be gone after this year. But what'd he do? He came through, and it was a miracle. He made a 50-yard field goal to win the game. Rob, did you freeze up on me?
And are we all gone?
No,
you there, Steve?
You're back, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, you were gone too, so everyone's gone.
Shoot, I didn't know. I thought here I was talking my head off, and I was gone. I hope everybody heard me. Did everybody hear me out there? What the comments that I was making? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I think we heard you. The last thing I heard, you said that he made a 50-yard field goal, and then that was it.
Right. It was a miracle.
Right.
Okay.
So we're all good.
All right, we'll go on. So basically, what I said was, Skylar, he did enough to win. He stayed in the pocket. He showed poise and confidence. He was a little gun shy, as Evan mentioned, and that's only because I don't think he trusts the receivers. And Tua, I think, would give us the best chance to win the Buffalo game because he's very familiar with the offense. He's accurate, and even if it is only a one read, it's a quick one read, and he gets the ball there, accurately and on time, because it's all based on timing. But we heard, and I don't know if have you heard any updated information on Mostert?
No, other than the coach yesterday at his press conference saying that he couldn't win any thumb wars. He's not going to win any thumb wars, and then he goes all serious. It's a serious injury, and he doesn't really like the chances. He said, knowing Raheem, he's going to want to play, and he's going to do everything to play. But he was saying it's a serious injury, which kind of left doubt that he's going to play. So, right.
Thank you, Justin, for the thumbs up. Yeah. Look, that's going to be a big loss because Mostert is a good back. I mean, he's our fastest back, and him and Jeff Wilson, they make a great combo. You got the thumper, and then you got Flash. So and honestly, Mostert was. Did you see that?
No, he was running over people.
He was running over people, man.
I know he was nominated for an angry run. I don't know who won because I wasn't able to watch I had stuff to do this morning, so I didn't see Good Morning Football. But I know he was up for an angry run award on the NFL Network.
Yeah, man, he was running angry. That's a good point. Miss Fins, as far as the Tua question goes, that's what I'm afraid of. He had a serious, not just one concussion, not just two, but possibly three, but officially two. And this last one, doctors have said that he had some memory loss. And I think he was doing a little practicing today, if I'm not mistaken. But the bottom line is, that's a good question. Is he going to be mentally prepared? And is he going to be physically prepared to go in there and play a football game, being as accurate as he is, and doing the quick reads, and making those making the plays downfield to Waddle, Tyreek, because we're definitely going to need some big plays in the Buffalo game. We're definitely going to need some big plays. Of course, we want to run the ball. Okay. And I like to see a little more RPO and a little more play action, especially if the running game is working. We didn't see that enough. I thought that would have made a big difference. But yeah, that's a good question, Miss Vince. Very good question. Good point. What are some of your comments, folks out there that are in the chat? What do you think? Rob, what's your opinion on that?
Well, on the Tua coming
On
back,
the Tua coming back.
we're going to know a lot more tomorrow. The coach would be, of course, asked. He has his Wednesday press conference tomorrow. Reporters are able to watch some of the practice tomorrow, so we'll be getting reports if he's even standing out there doing non-contact stuff or he's hidden back again. So we'll start getting reports. From what Justin of Digging in the Trenches and I heard from this morning, the players' mentality, a lot of them are thinking that he's going to come back. Of course, they're not doctors and they can't clear him, but
thank you, Justin.
Thoughts around the players is that Tua is going to play if he's cleared, and that's the big thing, though. We don't know if he's going to get cleared, but they're having a feeling there he's going to play.
Right. Well, I honestly, I do believe he gives us the best chance to win in Buffalo for sure. Evan, that's a good point too. Possibly we might see Tua and Skylar playing. That's a possibility as well. Let's see. The running game. The running game was working in this game. I think they averaged 5.1 or 5.2 yards a carry. I think McDaniel did really well in game planning for the run. Although I would have liked to say, like I said, I'd like to see a little more play action in RPO, and I think you agree with that too,
yes,
Rob. But in Kat made a good point too. Last, I think 2 nights ago. I'm a little off because I've been traveling on the road, but he made a good point on the show about the recipe to win, and the recipe that we used against the Jets, that run game, the short passes, check downs, and things like that, I think is a great recipe to take to Buffalo and keep Josh Allen off the field.
Because we ran the ball well up there on that night game, a few weeks ago, and we lost the game, yes, but we were battling all the way into the fourth quarter. We played them tough. Of course, that's with Tua at the helm, but we had a good running game, and we mixed in some passes, so it was a good game. And, a couple non-drop balls, we may be talking about beating Buffalo that night, So it was a very well-played game. Yes, it's a whole different atmosphere. Yes, we don't have our starting quarterback now, maybe. And we may not have our running back who excelled that night in Moser, because like I did hear, the coach said he had surgery. It's a serious injury. So who knows if he's going to play or not. But, those are some big cogs. Armstead, I'm thinking, is going to play. But, that's also just a gut feeling. That's a gut feeling. And Barry Jackson did mention that of all the players that's in question, Armstead is probably the most likely to. And he still said he's not a for sure thing, but it's the most likely of those players to play. So we will see.
Well, that Armstead will be a key piece, especially against Buffalo. He'll be a key piece. He's a great tackle. Carlos, how you doing, Carlos? Thanks for joining the show. I see J.M. Santos. Thank you for joining, and everybody, thank you for joining. Hank is in the house as well. Thank you, Hank, for joining. That's a rarity, but thank you, Hank, for joining. And everybody, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, your families, your neighbors. And we're growing here, but we're trying to get 1,000. I know that's a big goal. We're at I think a little over 600 now, but we are trying to get 1,000. So please, guys, help us get there. And this is a great show, great network. Not only this show, Real Talk, but you got Finn's Bandwagon that's going to be following this show. You got Huddle Up and Wait. You got a lot of shows that I can't even remember right now. But
I was going to say, don't make me look bad. All these shows good.
I don't know all of them, but
I know they got Bottom Up, Fins Up. I
Bottom
think
Up, Fins Up
Thursday nights, but I don't know if it's been moved, so I don't want to say a time slot. And then I know Bobby, the famous producer himself, shows up noon on Saturdays. So
right.
That I know.
But yeah, anyway, Cat made another good point. He was talking about, I'll just read it. It says, Justin, I agree, even go far as saying that this is a must-start game for Uno. We need to know once and for all if he's our franchise guy. The stage is set. Let's see if he's a stand-up when it matters. Bingo. I agree, Cap. That's a good point. And honestly, I would love to see Tua start for that particular reason. We need to know if he is that guy, if he is him, if he can win in a big game in the playoffs. But honestly, I'm a little skeptical about him playing, not because I don't think he gives us the best chance, but because of his health and because of the seriousness of his concussion that he had. So I know Justin mentioned in the comments they're making a big thing bigger than what it is. But no, I think it's a big thing. I think it's serious. I mentioned that I've had 4 concussions, and I've had one pretty serious. Now, grant you, it wasn't playing football. I won't even tell you how I got it, but I got one, and I did have some memory loss and things like that for several days, and so it is serious. So anyway, let's see. Let's talk about. Let's see. We talked about they should have done more as far as incorporating the RPO and a little more option run out.
Yeah, with
Option
Skylar.
plays
They should have used Skylar Thompson legs more.
Yeah, he's mobile, dude. He had 26 touchdowns in college.
Yeah, no,
he's a mobile quarterback.
And I don't know if his instinct as a rookie is there yet, just to take off if something's not there.
Right.
off script and just take off. I guess he's not
Right.
comfortable doing that yet. But I would have liked to seen some runs, set up for him to run because the kid can move.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think he's comfortable. And like he said in his comment, he said he wasn't going to be a hero. He was just going to try to be himself. And I think, honestly, he held himself back a little bit only because of his confidence and not being familiar. And the game is probably still too fast for him. Let's face it, But anyway, let's see. Going into the Buffalo game, Rob, what are your keys to the game?
Well, obviously the most important one is football 101, avoid the turnovers, because we had turned over the ball in that losing streak way too much. And then this past week, we did not turn the ball over, and boom, we got a win. So, you can't be, and definitely you do not want Buffalo, you don't want to be giving Buffalo extra possessions. You're done if you do that. And then also our defense needs to create more turnovers and get the ball back for us, force Josh Allen, because Josh Allen will throw interceptions at times. This doesn't seem to be against us, but you watch him in other games, he will throw up some interceptions. I mean, he's a great quarterback, but he will sometime, especially in the red zone this year, he's thrown. So we got to take advantage, somehow create a turnover on our behalf, have better special teams than we've had. I mean, if that means I know some people say don't do it because he's a starter, but in the last game, it could be the last game, because when you go on, lose, you're going to put Tyreek Hill back there a couple of times so we filled a punt.
Why not?
Use him. You're paying the man. He says he wants to do it, but they haven't wanted him to do it because of injuries. So that's the main thing. Just avoid the turnovers, try to create turnovers, and control the clock as best as possible, because Josh Allen's going to kill you if you let him have, the ball too many times.
Yeah, I agree. And the key, any other keys that you had? Those are 2 big keys right there. Anything else that you wanted to mention?
No, I mean, for the most part,
keys to the game.
What's that?
As far as keys to the game for you?
Like I said, the other main one, like I said, we need to, of course, get pressure on Josh Allen, and also have a spy on his butt so he doesn't kill us with the run, because it's like every game he kills us with a run at some point in the game. Yeah, where he scrambles for like 40-something yards on us.
Yeah, but the question is, who are you going to put as a spy? Because I know they tried out Tyndall, and he didn't have much success against Justin Fields in Chicago.
Yeah, I know. Well, so Justin Fields is a whole other. I don't think anyone can hardly keep up with that
that
dude. That guy's like,
Yeah, maybe not a good comparison.
I mean, maybe a Tyndall or a Javon Holland area if you can set up the
Yeah.
right defense. But I know you
Yeah.
asked Javon Holland to do so much already. I don't know.
Maybe Duke Riley.
Yeah,
Duke Riley.
someone that can,
Duke Riley's
just
pretty quick.
yeah,
So
Chubb would be great. Come on, wake up, Chubb.
it
That's what Evans chiming in with. Wake up. He's like me. I want to see more, but Justin will digging in the trenches always says, "Don't be too hard on him yet. He's too new."
I agree though. I agree with you, Rob. I agree with you, Rob, and I agree with Justin. I think I definitely want to see more from the man. Where we're paying him all kinds of bucks, right? And he was supposed to come here and make some plays and be an impact. Right. Now he is being an impact, but he's being a silent impact. I do believe that he's helping out the others in the O line. I really do. But man, talk about making impact plays. Freaking Jalen Phillips has come on strong this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I mean, we got a few impact players on defense, so that's why
And Wilkins.
Wilkins is a baller.
And Kristen Wilkins is a monster. Yeah. So
and Zach Skylar, he's a baller.
Skylar as well. But I don't think those guys are being utilized correctly. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Well, Skylar, I think he does a job that he needs to do, man. I mean, it's hard. I mean, those two are in there, and you try to run up the gut on us. It's not easy pickings, man.
As far as the running game is concerned, they're awesome. But as far as getting to the quarterback and creating havoc, as far as that goes, they'll make some impact plays and put a little pressure, but. And I think I brought this point up on your show one morning. Was I think we need to do some more stunts. We need
to create more organic pass rush without having to bring the house, because Josh Allen's going to burn you if you try to bring the house too much. At this point he's seen it. You just got to get there organically and drop some people back in coverage and make sure that they're not getting wide open, but. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten a great organic pass rush all year. But our friend Ford's talented, so hopefully they get to it and, we make some impact plays and get into Josh Allen, because we did strip sack him one time this year. So there is hope that we can, a couple of times actually. So we can get to him. We just have to do it more on a consistent basis.
For sure. Kat, ask me a question. Do you sign Wilkins and Zach Skylar?
Yeah.
Rob, I'll let you answer that.
Well, Wilkins is 100%. So I would want to sign both, but yes, it's going to be tough because we're already up against the cap. Yes, you can always manage, and people say the cap's fake, but eventually the bills come due and you are going to have to lose someone along the line that,
unfortunately.
You can get rid of Brian Jones, but you're still going to take a cap hit. Even after June 1st, if you designate him after June 1st, you still take a cap hit. So, you're going to, but, you could still free up some money, but you're going to have dead money, as Barry Jackson likes to call it. So, but I mean, I would love to see both of those guys long term, but, I would like a few. I mean, somewhere you got to choose, of course, Wilkins, because he is not only is he a talented guy, he has a motor that goes 100%. He's a good leader. He gets people fired up. Did you see him? He almost knocked Chris Greer over coming off the field. He was so excited making the playoffs. So, he just brings.
He's intense. He's sure.
He's enthusiastic. He's always hugging the coach. There's videos of him basically knocking McDaniel glasses off his face. So, I mean, the guy you want on the team, he's a leader by example and performance. I mean, off the field. So he's a guy, of course, you want. But like I said, we've already paid. We got Tyreek on their big money already. And then we got Chubb on their big money already. We got Armstead on their big money already. So there's only so many max contracts that throw around out there. So hopefully we can get it done. We got another year, no matter what, under the 5th-year option on him. But I would like to see it wrapped up.
Right.
Maybe a little early, because sometimes you get a little bit of a discount because he doesn't have to in fear of getting hurt, wrap him up. So we'll see. But yes, I definitely want them both. But if you can only give me one, of course, it has to be Wilkins, just because of all the other stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely want to see Chris Wilkins back. He's just a monster out there. But yeah, we're gonna have to give up some players. We're gonna have to let some go, unfortunately. But the question is, and we're not going to get too much into this tonight, but the question is, what type of defense are we going to play next year? Or is Josh Boyer coming back? That's going to be the key to whom we keep on this football team.
Right. But until, like you say, I'm with you. We're going to talk about that once the Dolphins are eliminated. Hopefully they are not eliminated anytime soon.
Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah. So, but anyway, he's, there's a lot to be said on, some of the coaching staff that we have find. I mean, like I say, McDaniel's safe at this point, and the only two guys I would think of might be in Crescent special teams and defenses coaches. We'll see. Who knows?
And you know what? And it's my opinion too. You don't have to have a bunch of Pro Bowl players on your team to be successful. Look at Cincinnati. What they've done. They don't have a lot of big name players. I mean, they're not paying big money for these players like on defense and offense and stuff like that. If you can get some good, you can get a lot. I'd rather have a lot of good talent, as opposed to having.
Well, that's it, because the Bengals have hit big name. The Bengals
players.
have hit. The Bengals have hit on a lot of draft picks, so they got a lot of. Eventually, their bills are going to come due too, and Cincinnati's not known to pay their guys, but they're going to have to pay. Joe Burrow and all these young guys eventually.
True.
So,
eventually. Mr. Finisher, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Mr. Finisher. Do you think Armstead is expendable, Rob? Saying not, going into going forward next year?
Without knowing his contract numbers and contract hit, because you have to factor all that in. It may not be the second year is often the hardest year to how they structure these contracts. The first year is normally where it's kind of cap friendly to get other people in. And then the second year, normally those big incentives kick in. So, I mean, is he expendable from the of his play? No, but from being availability, like we always say with Tua, availability is an ability, and Armstead is out a lot. So if you could find another left tackle that can come in and play, but it's hard. They don't grow on trees. We can't find them. We drafted Austin Jackson in the first round, and he's not probably going to get the 5th-year option. He's he'll be on the team next year, but they're not going to give him a 5th-year option. Same for Equal. They're not going to give him a 5th-year option. So we got to start drafting a little bit better, but that's for a future episode. Let's win this game this week.
Again, this is my philosophy. If you can get a lot of good players across, let's say the O-line, for example, because we're talking about Armstead, they don't necessarily have to be Pro Bowl players, but a lot of good, solid players across that line and good depth. That's a recipe for a good offensive line.
No, I agree.
They don't have to be all one. Who's the best offensive lineman? Who are you going to say? Armstead, right?
Yeah, on the Dolphins,
sure. Connor Williams is number 5 center. Okay, so he's the number 5 center in the NFL. So he's another one. But the rest, Eichenberg, oh my gosh, forget about it. Little, forget about it.
Well, Hunt's good.
Hunt is solid. Hunt is solid. He's our solid
and he
player.
Actually kicked out to right tackle some this week, and they said he performed pretty well.
He's versatile. He's versatile.
Yeah. But of course, I'm with Diggin. Armstead is not expendable per se, other than that. I wish he was available more often. But we knew that when we signed him that he wasn't going to play, that he might play 12 games a year, 12 to 13 games a year, and he's going to miss. So, that's the downside about Armstead,
true.
Unfortunately.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. We're about ready to wrap up. I hate to do it because we're having some good conversation here. Again, love you guys.
They will continue it on don't leave the network, people. Don't change that bat channel. Just stay right on the same bat channel, and you're going to find another great show here.
Yeah, hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, your families, your neighbors. Look, Miami's offense is ranked number 6. Miami's defense is 14. Buffalo's offense is ranked 2. Their defense is ranked 4. It's going to be a challenge for us this week. What's your prediction, Rob? If you want to have a prediction,
I save it for my website, dolphinthirsty.com, and my Dolphins Daily show at 10 a.m. on YouTube. But I think there's hope. I want to see what the word on Tua is before I make any. That's the only reason, because this is a great network. I would make a prediction on if I knew the status of Tua, but our show's on Tuesday, so we're not going to know.
I got 2 predictions for you. Okay.
Okay.
Look, I want my Miami team to win. I think the recipe for them to win is like we just discussed tonight.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid they are not going to win, and I'm going to take Buffalo 31-17, and that's with Skylar. If Tua plays, I'm sorry, he's going to give us the best chance to win, but we're going to fall short 31-24 if Tua plays. That's my prediction, guys. But hey, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we come back next week and we got to win. But this is all for tonight, folks. Again, thank you. And guess what? Dolphins #1, baby.
Fins up, baby.
Dolphins #1.
Fins up.